Hi y'all, this is Tamara here from Wisconsin Woods Experience. Today is July 30th, 2019, and July has been a very busy month, and I have not had my cameras out much or my audio recorder, but nonetheless there's been some excitement going on around the property. My younger sister came to stay with us for a couple of weeks, and she had never been here since we've built and moved into this home, although she's aware of my videos and recordings, things like that. But anyway, since we've lived here 17 years. We've frequently, countless times, come out and enjoyed the property in the woods at night. We went for just simple walks. We went out to look at like blood moons or meteor storms. We've even had children up to where we would go and play nighttime hide and seek. An adult and a child would go and hide, and no flashlight, no lights, and while the next team came looking for them. Not once have I ever been frightened on our property. I've never had anything scary occur. The most that I can say happened at night is we've heard wood knocks in the distance, or what sounded like wood knocks. So, nothing alarming. But when my sister came up, we had an almost full moon. It was a beautiful night, and we decided to take her for one of our night walks. No sooner than we entered the trail, we scared some deer that were bedded down just off the trail into the woods, and they ran off. And it's a very common sound. We decided to walk without any flashlight because the moon was bright and we were going to use our night vision. It was around 10 p.m. and shortly after hearing the deer run off, we continued to walk down this trail. And we all heard walking off to the left, back this way. The leaves were crunching, and it was obvious steps. Again, we have so many critters around. We didn't pay that much attention until we stopped to listen, and my husband turned on the flashlight, and we could see nothing. But when we started walking again, it started walking again. Well, this continued. We continued to stop and look and listen in silence. The moment we started walking, we all heard it. Now, as I said, I have never been frightened while we're walking or out in the woods on our property. But I really started feeling rattled. I was trying to think what animal would, proceed to follow us and walk when we walked and stopped when we stopped. I'm not aware of all creatures' habits. I don't know if a mountain lion would do that sort of thing at night, but there's no other animal I can think of that would stalk like that. So my sister, who was her first experience, it rattled her a lot, and my husband, he was a little perplexed, but it didn't rattle him in the same way. So even, my husband heard it, and so we just continued to walk. My sister wanted to turn back, but turning back, we would be heading straight towards whatever was following us. We finally reached around our campsite area, stopped again, and this time when we proceeded, we heard nothing. Well, we just continued to walk all the way out to the power line, and we just stood there. It's a big open area, and tried to shake off the the nerves and the adrenaline that we were feeling, and after several minutes headed back. We never heard anything else, so that was an experience I've never had. I really never want to have it again. It was unnerving to hear something walking and stepping at the same time you would, and stop when you stop. That's a new one on me, and I have spent the majority of my life with a great deal of time in the woods and observing wildlife. So then on July 15th, my sister wanted to rearrange the items on the stump that I have out here in the woods. I've had no activity since my last video on June 7th, and so we came out, we rode the four-wheelers, and she rearranged the items on the stump, and I tried to do a video, but it was just too dark. It's not showing up. But after we get down here to the stump, I will show you what happened there. Otherwise, I've done a few recordings, and I'm still going through them. In the summer, when it's nice and warm, my audio records around 14 hours a night, and so it takes quite a bit of time to go through all that audio. But when I get up here to the stump, I will show you what happened a few days after my sister arranged items on the stump. Alright, I made it to the stump, and as I was saying, my sister was here, and so she wanted to rearrange the items to see if anything happened. And the first night, which was on the 15th, I think, it was the 15th or 16th of July, she arranged the 3 wind chime rods in this triangle, and pretty much like it is now, she put the marbles and the jingle bell inside. The next morning she and I came out together, and there had been some changes. Everything that was in the triangle was outside of the triangle. So that was, that was a little exciting. I mean, we do have a lot of critters, but I'm not sure what would move all items outside the triangle with leaving the triangle intact. So she rearranged them. We put she did this. The marble is still like it is, and the jingle bell. Put them in, and she had arranged, she made the boggle dice into the word ghost. See if I could get that to clear up. And there's a dream catcher, a little keychain with a dice and a heart, and these little dolls. And she had them arranged, let me see, the 2 big ones, and I think she had the 2 smaller ones on the other side. But the rest of the time she was here, nothing happened. We came out and checked, and everything was the same. Nothing had been touched. So she flew back home, and several days went by, and I just happened to be, I think I was bringing my recorder out to put out for the first time in a while, and came by, and the big doll was knocked over, which, is not of any real interest. Squirrels, birds, any kind of thing could have just knocked it over. But what I couldn't find was this medium-sized doll, the next to the biggest. That one. So I looked everywhere, and all around the stump, and I was moving the brush and stuff out of the way, and I could not locate the other doll. So I went on. I did have my trail cameras with me and decided to set them up that night, and I was on the four-wheeler, so I went on and decided after the trail cameras were set up to come back this way and look one more time. And I had walked down the trail this way, coming from the hill, but when I was on the four-wheeler, I came this way. And as I turned onto this trail, And I'm driving up to look one more time. Lo and behold, this medium sized doll was sitting right there. Just like that. So, that was interesting. I'll show you the space. So here's the little doll on the right. And then there's the stump on the other side of the trail. So that was pretty exciting to find. I put them back and arranged the dolls. Everything else is as my sister left it. And since then, nothing's happened. I've been out here pretty much every day, and things have remained unchanged. So I'm just going to move them here. And so while I have the video, so I can document how I have them. So we'll leave the word ghost. Everything my sister did, the only thing that's been changed are the little dolls. So that was our excitement so far. It's at the end of July. And if these items ever get moved, I'll be sure to come out and document it. Bye.